weekend, saying the challenge to the primary runoff by Camelia Walker had no merit. That means the Democratic candidate will be Tim Taylor and the Republican is Chip Matthews. He's taking some time to be with his wife.
I can't tell you how much I love you, respect you, and gonna miss you. But I'm going home to be with a woman who was a nurse who loved me.
State Senator David Jordan of Greenwood leaving the state legislature by the end of this month after 33 years and at the age of 92.
Through it all, I've been for the people. Black, white, didn't matter.
Disaster recovery centers open at noon today in the counties where a presidential disaster was declared last week to help people who live in those counties and who were affected by the March tornadoes and storms. A wreck in Copiah County Sunday about noon. Highway Patrol calling it a fiery crash, saying they had difficulty identifying the vehicle and the driver. That happened on State Highway 27. More news in 1 hour on 103.9 WYAB. I'm Chris Davis.
The views and opinions expressed in this program are the individual views and opinions of the people expressing them and do not necessarily reflect those of this radio station, its parent, affiliated, or related entities, agents, or employees.
Welcome to the Chip Matthews Show, where politics meets the South. So grab your sweet tea, find a comfortable spot to sit back, and let's embark on this journey together. Chip away, chip away. Chip away, that's what I'm gonna do. Sweet little mama, I'll pull my cat next to you.
And good Monday morning here on the Chip Matthews program. Rise and shine. Let's hear those feet hit the floor. Let's get going. It's a great day, and it's not raining. It has rained enough to float us away. And, you know, in the towns like Yazoo City and Canton, where flooding is everywhere, you know, it's been interesting. And I'm also got some things on my mind this morning. One of the things is later on today, and I've got it scrolling across the bottom of the TV, we got Ole Miss playing today in a win or go home. You got LSU playing today, win or go home. Tennessee playing today, win or go home. And Oklahoma State, win or go home. Did I say that? Yeah. LSU, Ole Miss, Oklahoma, and Tennessee. And I believe is Southern win or go home, or did they win? I got to go check that. I got to keep up with that. But I stayed up late keeping up with Ole Miss, and I stayed up because my opponent did a podcast last night and said, Chip, you're lying about the sewer leak. That was just in Lake Caroline. We don't care. You know, you supply water there. Well, there's a sewer. I know where two other sewer leaks are in Canton into the water. Let's not get into that. Plus, you don't run that department. That's CMU. That's their fault. That's not, you need to kind of watch it as the alderman, but, you know, that's not really that. Then you also brought up something about a lot of people that Canton's going to be in the news for a lot of bad stuff. I wish you would go ahead and tell us what that is, because, you know, I know the corruption exists. I know it's been going on, but, if you know something, you should say something, because being quiet is not where you need to be. You know, you referred to the event where the victims showed up to talk about the murders in Canton as an insurrection. What are you thinking? I mean, Tim, please, let's calm down. I don't know where you were going with all this diatribe on this post you put up last night, but, you know, you talk about we've had a great election so far and everybody's been kind and this, that, and the other. And I agree. We've been good. Don't start it at the end. Don't start it today. And of course, I'll be on a radio show with you tonight, or rather a podcast show with you tonight, because I'm not afraid. I will talk about any subjects y'all want. But you can't be doing that. Now, also in the mayor's race, as they won that, she was being challenged by Camelia Walker, which we all know who she is now. She's the twerking queen. She's the one that was twerking at Top Golf, and she wanted to be mayor of Canton. Now, some people have said that was not mayoral. When I've then been asked about it, all I'm going to say is this. People didn't like the twist when the twist came out. They thought it was sexually provocative. But that was a little unique. I didn't hear the music that was playing. You never know. It might have been some good music playing that would have made that happen. But anyway, that's what's going on. Let's see what else is going on. Gladstad election is their very first election ever. Will be going on tomorrow. And I'm going to say hello to Jace Powell. Good luck to you. He is going to run in for alderman at large. Pearl votes to sell liquor. Liquor stores in Pearl. I think there's one other town in Rankin County that's voting for that. They're going to start selling. They want to sell liquor in Pearl. That'll be on the thing. Also, Ridgeland will be voting pennies for the park is what I'm dubbing it. Pennies for the park. Gene wants pennies put on all the restaurants to help pay for his park. Never mind being a good conservative Republican and not raising taxes. There you are, raising taxes at a time when food businesses is tough right now. And restaurants are having to deal with rising costs of various things. And then you want to put another penny on top of that. And that's a penny on the dollar. And you go, oh, that ain't much. Well, that's another penny out of a restaurateur's pocket. You'll probably close some restaurants in your area just because of that penny. And some of you will go, it's just a penny. The government's doing away with the penny. Well, that just means that people will round up. They won't round down with the penny gone. But that penny is really, people didn't want the penny in November. They didn't vote it in. So you're going to take an election that very few people are going to show up for. You only have 2 alderman races that need to be decided. So you don't expect a big turnout. That's why you slid it in there. This is one of those political hides that you put this in there to pass the penny tax for Ridgeland. And I just think that if you lost in November, there's no reason to bring it right back. Wait a year and a half. People didn't want it. Maybe you don't you probably eat off of your card. You probably get a budget from and plus you're a vegetarian, so but that's that. Let's see what else we got here. Shooting, Fayette, mass shooting they're calling it in Jefferson County. I guess you could say that. Yeah, it was at an event. But y'all, that's Benny Thompson's district. Anywhere in Benny Thompson's district, every weekend, some kids are going to die. Kids are going to die in Benny Thompson's district. It's just a matter of fact. We don't hear that their shootings are going on in the Republicans. There's a few, but not many in the Republican part of the state. But in the Benny part of the state, which is everything from I-55 at the Tennessee line all the way down to the Louisiana line, everything west of I-55, then include Attala County, Leake County, Montgomery County, and half of Madison County, the bad half, the half I live in. All Benny Thompson and all need something to help with murders. The state is going to have to step into Benny's section and start saying, we're tired of the kids killing each other. We got to do something. Somebody's got to do something. And we're going to have to do that in Canton. We're going to have to break it up at the door, as Kim Wade would say. Radio strongman. Yeah. You got to break it up. You got to make it stop, and you got to have a presence. I found out that we have 3 policemen per shift out on patrol, and they're not equipped well, this, that, and the other. Canton got to do better. Because I saw the mega site this weekend. I went out there and rode around on it. And y'all, $1 billion is awesome. $1 billion looks so much different. You cannot imagine. Y'all all should take a Sunday drive or an evening drive and go up there. Don't get in the way of the dump trucks. Go out there and look, because you're not going to believe, and you're gonna understand when I say that West Jackson's going to be impacted by it. There's no place to put if you put people in here working, there's no place for them to live. Canton has continually, now it will change now that we're going to have new leadership, but for years expansions in Canton had to do with the makeup of the city and the diversity, and they did not want to change the racial makeup of the city. And look, this money is going to get everybody past black and white in Canton, because that's all they're going to see. And if we don't get on top of it, it's going to be awful, because the money's coming. And there's a point there where I think the state and even the federal government will step in and say, Canton, you're not going to be like this anymore. But in the event everything goes right tomorrow, I will be the mayor of Canton, and it will be interesting to see how all that plays out, because I see what's coming, and central Mississippi is about to explode at a level that you will not believe. Right out there and look. I mean, from Gluckstadt to Canton to north of Canton to going to Flora, going back to Carthage, all that's going to be housing. And they're not built yet. I mean, a building I was looking at this past week, and it would take a building the size of Nissan just to hold the replacement light bulbs. This place is, I mean, you're going to need an army of air conditioning guys. Everything out there is going to need an army of people that aren't the people that have nothing to do with the product that is going on. It is crazy. Okay, what's that? When a restaurant rounds up the bill instead of giving me all my change, it's stealing, in my opinion. Well, yeah, that's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is. Irene is watching. Good morning to all you as you chime in and online. Y'all all do. Roderick Cheeks, Joe Lynn, Irene Jackson. Y'all get out and get involved. Dawn McKenzie, I'll be calling you later on. I need people to work at the polls tomorrow. Don't have many shifts left, but we'll take what we can get. And then if you just want to come hang out, you can come hang out at poll. I'll have some barbecue sandwiches there for the people working at the polls for me, and some sandwiches and some drinks. Like to thank Arlette and the Madison County Executive Committee, Republican Executive Committee, for helping to coordinate and do some things. They're waking up there, and it looks like they're going to get involved with some local elections. They're over here. I know they're in Gluckstadt. I guess there will be in Ridgeland and Madison, or wherever there's an election, and they are stepping up and being a part of the election process, and which is different for us in Canton, just to be honest. I'm just going to, I've run 4 times, whatever. 4 times counting the supervisor, and had no help. But now we do have help, and that's good. Good. So next up is let's get this win, get over the threshold. And you got to understand there's only one Republican running, not just in the mayor's race, not just in the alderman. There is nobody in the alderman races running that is Republican. There's only one Republican running, and that's me. And some people say that, Chip, you need to step down, blah, blah, blah. One of the people is my opponent. Has a guy with him that says I need to step down, and no, we don't step down. Chip don't bow out ever. Chip keeps running, and if I don't win, I will still be running the next day. I mean, and when I win, I'll still be running, because I will be talking and carrying on and telling you what's going on. Good morning, Lloyd Travis, Russell McGuffey. Also, Prayer on the Square, that seems to be doing pretty good. And they even had another one last night that I did not know about. I was not contacted about it, but we did a prayer on the square, and we'll be doing it again today at noon. We'll do it again tomorrow at noon, and we'll be here on election day, and you will get out and vote tomorrow, correct? In Jackson, you better get out. I mean, God forbid if you don't, what are y'all going to do? What are y'all going to do if you don't get out and vote and try to make some change happen? Let's take a break. We'll be back. Chip Matthews Show on WYAB. If you got something on your mind, you want to talk. And by the way, Benny Thompson, the line is open. You're always welcome to call. 601-879-0002. I'm always wanting Benny Thompson to call in where we can have a quaint discussion. But anyway, you're listening live to the Chip Matthews program on WYAB. Listening live to the Chip Matthews program on WYAB.
1039 WYAB.
Hi, folks. Kim Wade here. Mississippi Energy Services provides generators. That's right. You may not need it now, but when you need backup power, you need a backup power generator from Mississippi Energy Services. Never again have to worry about being without heat, air conditioning, or all your frozen items spoiling because your energy was lost. You got backup power now, and it's so reliable. You'll be pleased with Mississippi Energy Services. Online at msenergy.us.
Efficient and trouble-free payroll processing is crucial to a business's success, and a lot of businesses are struggling with it. PeopleLease, a local payroll provider, not only offers top-of-the-line software, but also provides on-demand payroll support services. With PeopleLease, you're never on your own at every step of your payroll process. PeopleLease has the expertise in managing payroll challenges and will work hard to understand your business and employees. That's what makes PeopleLease the perfect choice for you and your business. Learn more online at peoplelease.com.
You know what's a nightmare? We've all seen that movie where the bad guy's coming and your gun jams up. Luckily, that's just a movie, but you can't take the chance it could happen to you in real life. Hey, y'all, I'm Therese Apel from Dark Horse Press, and I've written stories about a whole lot of situations where people needed their gun to work for them. So if yours is moody or likes to jam, you need to take it to Guns and Gear. Let their professional gunsmiths look at it and fix it so it'll work when you need it. They're the absolute best at what they do, and that's why I buy all my guns from them. That's Guns and Gear in Gluckstadt. Check them out today.
Americans for Prosperity is Mississippi's and the country's leading grassroots organization dedicated to promoting economic freedom and personal liberty. Americans for Prosperity advocates for limited government, free market policies, and empowering individuals. When given freedom and opportunity, Americans are capable of extraordinary things. If you are ready to make a difference in our community and want to get involved, then visit americansforprosperity.org. Be a part of positive change at americansforprosperity.org. Paid for by Americans for Prosperity.
Are you a wine enthusiast? Are you looking for the perfect bottle to elevate your next dinner? The ultimate destination for wine lovers is 042 Wine and Spirits on West Government Street in Brandon. The locally owned, the locally operated 042 Wine offers something for everyone, from local favorites to rare vintage wines. 042 Wine and Spirits can help you find your next favorite wine. The friendly and knowledgeable folks at 042 Wine and Spirits will help you find the perfect bottle for every occasion. 042 Wine and Spirits, located on West Government Street in Brandon.
An American home just doesn't seem complete without that flag hanging from the pole on the porch. And where do you get that flag? In Jackson, it's at a Complete Flag Source, I-55 North. You'll find U.S. and Mississippi flags in all sizes. And yes, that new Mississippi flag is available along with international flags and all state and territorial flags. They can build your flagpole and repair that ragged old flag. It's at CompleteFlags.com. That's CompleteFlags.com.
Hi, Kim Wade here. Corcoran Door Company has been providing quality residential garage and commercial overhead door products to Mississippians for over 50 years. Corcoran Door is a supplier of garage door parts and services such as LiftMaster, commercial and residential door operators, as well as Clopay, sectional commercial and residential doors, Asta, commercial sheet and rolling steel doors, and Cornell, rolling steel and shutters, with many in stock for the same day pickup. CorcoranDoor.com. That's CorcoranDoor.com.
Hey guys, this is Casey Ellis with Ellis Autoplex, located on Highway 471 in Brandon. Ellis Autoplex, known as Little Truck City, is your old school mom and pop style dealership that's family owned and operated. We specialize in 4-wheel drive trucks, but don't worry, we have cars and SUVs too. Looking to sell your vehicle? Bring it by Ellis Autoplex, where we pay fair market value and we cut you a check on the spot. Need your vehicle serviced or repaired? We can handle that too. Shop us online or set your appointment at ellisautoplex.com. That's ellisautoplex.com.
Welcome back to the Chip Matthews Show, and here is your host, Chip Matthews.
Thank you for the prayers as we get ready for the election tomorrow. People saying please, and then praying for me and this, that, and the other. Thank you. I appreciate that. Prayers for everybody out there, because we have difficult decisions tomorrow in order to advance the agenda in Canton and in Jackson and in other cities around. We need new leadership because we need to fix some things. But also Wednesday, for those people that enjoy a little political with their fried chicken or barbecue, Grip and Grin, the Bruce Bartley event, every first Wednesday of the month, and that'll be the first Wednesday, and so you'll need to be there. And also the prayer breakfast this weekend on Saturday morning out at Cypress Point, formerly McLean Lodge, and I had a guest speaker, the one, the only, the Clay Edwards. Yeah, that's got to be interesting. He'll get nervous. He was ready to go this week and then realized that it was next week. That's fun. But anyway, also, y'all, everybody keeps talking to me and go, why would Randy Travis spend $5 million at the Jackson Metro Center? And if y'all would listen to what you heard something different. Y'all hear that and just go, oh, they're going to put cowboys over there in the middle of that. That'll be cowboys and they'll be going to town. But no. What is going on is some charity thing being put together by a guy that a lot of people don't trust. Okay. And he's had a lot of projects that fell through and this, that, and the other. But Randy Travis putting $5 million into Burlington Coat Factory, I don't believe that is real. And he mentions in his press conference, y'all go back and listen to it, that my charity is coming and putting in this stuff. And I'm going, okay, so we got a charity that Randy Travis has that builds the Randy Travis Mega Center, or whatever you want to call it, Western Store and whatever. And you can't take $5 million and fix the parking lot and the road in to Burlington Coat Factory area. There's no, and there's going to be a hotel. They're talking about what all they're going to do. None of that's, that's a pipe dream, y'all. That is another deal where somebody decided they're going to put something together and make it happen and find Randy Travis. We need a name. We got Randy Travis. And we know better than that. I mean, he's involved. Yes, he was speaking, but we don't, the devil's in the details, and something in those details, especially when Randy Travis says, my charity. And I go, okay, so now we've made that land 50C3. We're not going to get any tax dollars off of it. This, that. I mean, there you go. There you go. There's something else to that. So everybody quit getting excited that Randy Travis is going to open up a Randy Travis travel center, which of course none of us have ever seen one. So I don't know what that's like. It might be like a Buc-ee's, I guess. I don't know. But anyway, that ain't happening, y'all. They can stop that. Also on June 9th, people, the Rudy Warnock trial will continue here in lovely federal court in Jackson, Mississippi. The Honorable Wingate stepped down after 3.5 years of delay. He says, I know too many people in the case, friends with him. I'm going to have to step down. So now Carlton Reeves steps up to take on the Rudy Warnock case. And it is planned to start June 9th. It'll be interesting. And a lot of people will have to testify. And there are people from Canton, 2 aldermen that have already pled guilty to taking bribes and this, that, and the other, and some election mishaps. But the reality is it takes 4 people. Who are the other 2 aldermen, at least, that are involved? Or is there another alderman? Is there a mayor involved? You just never know. And the excitement will happen on June 9th when they all get into court and start testifying and telling the truth and jumping the fence, because 2 of them have already pled guilty and are not sentenced until they testify. So more news coming out of Canton as we clean up Canton. And tomorrow, think about that election. I need to win it. I need to win it. I can fix it. And we'll get some positive change going on in Canton. Okay, what else we got going on? Let's see what else. We got Randy Travis. We got the prayer thing today. Last night when Ole Miss had to play Murray State in the second game, I was going, this is going to be bad. I couldn't get it on TV anywhere. Then all of a sudden I look at the score and it's 16-6. And I'm going, holy cow. If we blow that lead, then it wound up 19-8 over Murray State. Murray State beat them the first day. They had a good pitcher the first day, but that's that. And I don't know what we have for pitching today, but it's going to be on today. But I have no times for game charts. They announce those later, and I'm trying to find them where we'll have them. If I find them before I get off the air, I'll let you know. But Modern Mississippi is coming, y'all. Modern Mississippi. A Mississippi you've never seen in this entire state is coming to Madison County and Jackson area, central Mississippi. This stuff that is being built at Amazon, the mega site, we were out there looking at Fred Cerami and out there looking at the Coke plant. We were just like mouth dropped to the floor. All he could say was, I'm 77. I'm 77. If I were younger out here, I would. And yes, that's what the situation is. It is, if you build houses, if you are an entrepreneur and you are anywhere thinking about a restaurant or any kind of retail business or anything, 1, come see me when I become the mayor of Canton. But number 2, ride up to the mega site. Because for those of you that are businessmen that want to open up small businesses, if you go up there and look, all you smell is money. Money for everybody to pick up. Generational wealth is laying everywhere. And you just sit there and look. And you can sit there and look at trucks and go, who's got the diesel contract? Who's got the light bulb contract? Who's got what for all of this? Because it's unreal. Where are these people sleeping? Where are they staying? Where are they eating? Where they get just a bottle of water while they're riding through here? You know, it is massive, and it is generational wealth. When you ride by on 22 and you just see that one building on the right before you get to the entrance, you go, that's pretty big. That's going to be big. You pull in there and drive a little bit, drive about a mile in to the mega site, 2 miles in, and all you see is tons and tons of money that's already been spent. And then you're seeing they're still building as fast as they can. Trucks are coming in there like if you were playing one of those games where the ducks shoot at the ducks and they keep coming back around on the spin at a carnival. That's what it looks like with the trucks. And they're coming in from all directions. I don't know. When we announce something like this, I don't know how many people just go, okay, it's announced. Now we go on the next thing. The news cycle is just like murders. We announce the murder, and then 2 days later, we're saying that we're not worried about the murders anymore. We're worried about something else. We're worried about a pothole. We don't stay on top of, we need to solve murders. We report the murder, and then we move on. Good morning, Ted Smith. Good morning, Fred Cerami. Good morning, Lloyd Travis, Russell McGuffey. What do you do? What do you do? But the mega site, they've reported it, and some people know about it, and they see some things. And, people from Canton have not ridden out there and looked. So in the old days, I remember when we used to ride down and watch the train come through town. Yeah, that's crazy, but that's what we did. And then we'd go out to Roscoe's and get something to eat. Y'all, you're not going to believe what's happening in Canton, Mississippi. You're not going to believe what's happening in Madison County. There's no way to get prepared for this. You could start building houses now, and I think you would be building houses as quickly as possible forever. I mean, unreal. You got to go look. Let's take another break, and we'll be back here on the Chip Matthews program on WYAB. Program on WYAB.
1039 WYAB.
Hey, everybody, it's John at Two Gun Tactical. We're having Kim Wade Wednesdays at both locations. So you come in and mention Kim Wade on a Wednesday, you get half-price range fees. Hey, if you're a member, we're going to give you an extra free target just for mentioning Kim Wade Show. Come on in and work on your shooting and exercise that 2A right that if we don't fight for it, we won't have it much longer. It's twoguntactical.com. That's the number 2, guntactical.com.
What are people saying about Tom's Fried Pies in Richland?
Tom's Fried Pies. And I made the mistake. I ordered one pie. I figured, you know what? I'll try Tex-Mex. It was so good. Man, second go round, I ate the pecan pie. You will need a meat pie. And a dessert one, get both because they are off the hook.
I went to Tom's Fried Pies today, and I'm going back. I tried the taco one. Really good. When I go back, I'll bring some home.
Tom'sFriedPies.com.
CBS News Brief. Police in Boulder, Colorado say an Egyptian national in the U.S. on an expired visa is under arrest after he allegedly lobbed Molotov cocktails into a crowd of demonstrators honoring Israeli hostages in Gaza.
I'm horrified. I mean, I live 5 minutes away, and the fact that this is happening to Jews in my local community makes me scared.
8 people were hurt, 1 critically. Ukraine says a drone attack on Russia took out more than a third of the country's strategic bombers. The BBC's Paul Adams.
What Ukraine did yesterday was to show that even though there is this still enormous numerical disadvantage between the Russian and Ukrainian forces, Ukraine still has cards to play.
Russia and Ukraine meet in Turkey today for peace talks. CBS's Elaine Cobb says a Polish politician backed by President Trump has been elected his country's next leader.
Nawrocki is opposed to deepening European integration and cooperation, and he is opposed to Ukraine's NATO membership.
CBS News Brief. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
Hey, this is Ben Ingram from the Braves Radio Network. We're in commercial right now, so I want to let my sister take over and tell you about Hometown Property Group.
Thanks, Ben. This is Mary Claire Putman with Hometown Property Group. Whether you're buying or selling, we are committed to guiding you through your real estate transaction with integrity, exceptional service, and remarkable results. Madison County has been my home for 40 years. I'd love to help make it yours, too.
That's Hometown Property Group. Give them a call at 601-853-6080.
We all make plans for the future, but car accidents, break-ins, and unexpected fires can disrupt those plans. At Shelter Insurance, our agents help design insurance plans that work for you and help protect what matters most. Shelter Insurance. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
See Shelter Agent Jamie Creel in Flora and Ridgeland. 601-992-6000.
The Tri-County Academy Rebel success in the classroom and on the athletic stage begins with the Tri-County Academy Booster Club. Join the team and be a Rebel by getting involved and volunteering as a booster. Your involvement is the generator for fundraisers, facility upgrades, equipment, uniforms, and all other needs. Tri-County Athletics thrives in part because of our TCA boosters. Join today by calling the TCA main office at 601-879-8517 and help the Rebels continue the championship tradition.
For over 15 years, A1 Gear and Auto has been your hometown specialist for your auto repair and maintenance needs. From brake repair to placement to radiators, engines, starters, alternators, heat, and AC water pumps. And more, A1 will get your vehicle back up and running and on the road and in a timely manner. A1 is one of the only shops in the metro that specializes in rear differentials, rear ends, and rings and pinions. Call today to set up an appointment, or if you got questions, at 601-939-1060. A1 Gear and Auto, your hometown vehicle specialist.
Welcome back to the Chip Matthews Show, and here is your host, Chip Matthews.
And I am your host with the most at 6 o'clock in the morning, 6:39 a.m. for everybody trying to get up and get out. I am Chip Matthews on the Chip Matthews program. And yes, somebody's asked me, when I become mayor, will I still keep doing this show? Yes. Got to tell everybody what's going on. Transparency is everything. Transparency is everything, you know. And that we've not been getting out of City Hall in Canton. And you know, I hate to say it's not just the mayor. The other people, you have a right to vote, to speak up. Even if you're an alderman, you can always speak up and say what's going on, and that's just got to happen. But I'm looking at the prayer on the square they had yesterday evening. Yep, I grew up in Mayberry, Mitch Steiner says. Yes, I've said that so many times that it's insane. But yes, I grew up in Mayberry. Canton was a unique experience. Okay, let's see what my brother says. And the mayor and the police commissioner, the same person in Canton, hotty toddy. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. We'll get a grip on everything going on in Canton when I get sworn in, and we'll wonder what city leaders will be getting arrested over the next few days, possibly, or over the next few years, as the corruption pans out in the Rudy Warnock trial. Remember Wednesday, going to say it again, grip and grin. Can't say it enough. Got to be there. Prayer breakfast on Saturday, and ranking prayer breakfast out at Cypress Point. Don't miss that. Clay Edwards is the speaker. Okay, time and opportunity. That's what we got now. I want to also mention something. Y'all keeping up with this Ukraine stuff and all of that, or is that's become old news to you also? You know, because, you know, you hear Russia's doing this, then yesterday they kind of did a Trojan horse thing into the community. They sent some packages or boxes into there, and then when you opened them, drones came out and started bombing Russia and some of their key cities, and took out all their I think it was airplanes and stuff. I mean, took out some key stuff that they need to fight the war. You know, we got to get peace in the Middle East, but look, Russia and Ukraine, come on. You know, Donald J. Trump has explained it to you, and y'all are worse than, well, no, you're not. You're not. I was going to say you're worse than politicians in Canton, but no, you're not. No, you're not. Canton is over here, and that's over there, and it's about the same, you know. And the Truly faction, 30 years of Truly, y'all, that's basically what you've been looking at, and he has done everything to kill our entire town. I don't care what anybody thinks or says. You know, if you look at Canton 30 years ago and look at Canton now, and you'll say, well, Truly wasn't the mayor the whole time. No, but he was a board of aldermen, and he was running his program. And he just about completely killed Canton. And right now there's a spark of humanity going around where people are getting along. And I'm going to say something nice about Tim. Tim's trying, honey. He's been out there in the streets, and Tim beating Camelia, because now we found out that Camelia Walker is Truly's cousin, unless they reported that wrong in the newspaper. You know, we just don't know the bullet we dodged. And of course, they have all day today to come up with some new plan. And I don't doubt in Canton, Mississippi, that the faction that has always tried to be in control doesn't come up with another plan. I may be wrong, but they've never disappointed in the past. So, but anyway, it's going to be an interesting election. Election day is tomorrow. Everybody has got to get out and vote. I mean, I'm tired of, and it's not, and in Canton, it probably does me better if a lot of people don't go to vote, to tell you the truth, but that's not the way it should go. Everybody and every person that talks about campaigns needs to tell you to get out and vote. Vote your conscience. Vote for what you need. You know, in Rankin County, in Pearl, they'll be voting on whether they want to have liquor stores in the area, you know, where you don't have to drive further away to get a bottle of liquor. In Ridgeland, they'll be voting on the park, pennies for the park, you know, because they want to expand the park and make sure that you pay another penny on the dollar on every burger you buy or steak you buy in a restaurant. Pennies on the dollar. Gluckstadt votes for the first time ever. Jace Powell running for alderman. I wish I knew everybody else. There's also a guy named Chip there that's running for office. I don't know which side he's on, but you can't. You got to like having a Chip. Yep. On the ballot. But anyway, also it's time and opportunity. I don't know. I mean, I don't know how to go into this. I keep thinking about what I saw and it floored me. And I'm telling you, if you're a businessman and you're not thinking about opening up somewhere in Madison County between Gluckstadt and Canton, you are missing out on opportunity. And building houses. If you could get in there somewhere and start building houses, it'll be crazy. What's this? Okay. But I mean, come on. You got to get out and do a good job. You got to get out and vote. You got to get out and make a change. You got to wake up and care. When you start to care, even in Jackson, we'll be able to stop the kids from murdering. These 14-year-olds that are running around, everybody says, Chip, you can't do that to babies. You got to reform the babies. You got to reform the babies and the parents. The parents are the ones that allowed this to happen. You got to come after everybody. You've got to zero tolerance it. Good morning, Mike Goba. It's got to be zero tolerance. Got to be. And you've got to work the system. And I mean, judges that let people out on small bonds and all of that, that's insane. I mean, you know, murders. Somebody was talking about a guy that murdered somebody a month ago, and he's out on $3,500. His bond was $3,500 out of his pocket. You know, $35,000 was his bond, but $3,500 got him out. $3,500. Yeah, you can't make this up. The corrupt part of the world has got to be held accountable for all of us, because I can promise you that those of us that work and try to strive to make a better city in Canton, Jackson, Brandon, Pearl, you get arrested, the bond's going to be up there. It's going to be way up there. You know, you're going to have to put up your house. And they'll say, well, that guy didn't have a house to put up. Well, then he stays in jail. Sorry. That's the way it works. If you work and make money and you do something wrong, you have a chance to defend yourself. You know, and I'm not saying that the poor people, you know, there are people that are poor that need help, and there's services out there to help them. But murder is a different animal. And getting out on cheap bonds on murder and toting a gun, and my baby is 14. He wouldn't do that. Yet when they found him, he had a gun in his hand and said he did it. You know, what do you do? And you let him out? I mean, come on, people. People are getting murdered every day, and they say the murder rate is down. I would say the solving rate in Jackson is down, but I wouldn't say the murder rate is down, because every time you turn around, they find another body on the side of the road, another body in a ditch, you know, and then these everybody, you probably have them all under these. If you could pick up all the used couches everywhere, you'll probably find more bodies underneath all of them. Saw the other day where they sent somebody in one part of the state. They went to a site and they just picked up the guy's head and sent it to the crime lab. See who it is. Yeah, we got to do better among ourselves. We got to do better as Mississippians. We got to do better because the world is about to change in central Mississippi at a level you will not ever grab a hold to. You don't know. You just don't realize. Go right up there and go look at that mega site. Right up at that mega site. Okay, we're going to take a break. We'll be back for our final segment here on the Chip Matthews program. Tomorrow with me, I'll have Fred Cerami with me as we and Timothy Jenkins, as we're all going to be up there working the polls in the election process. And we'll be in here talking about what we've seen and what we're going to see. And we'll be out fighting corruption in voting crimes tomorrow. So you be ready. We'll be ready. We'll be back on the Chip Matthews program in just a moment. We'll be back on the Chip Matthews program.
Keep it tuned here to 103.9 WYAB.
Health has always been reactive, focused on fixing problems as they happen. But with Blue Primary Care, we're taking a proactive approach, working with you to help you understand your health and empowering you to be healthy. It's time to prioritize you, your health, and your life. The results? Less worrying and more living. Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Mississippi. It's good to be blue.
Men, if you answer yes to any of these questions, you could be suffering from low testosterone. Do you have low sex drive? ED, always tired, depressed, loss of muscle mass, obese, loss of focus and drive? You, my friends, need to get your numbers checked. Check out Men's Health of Mississippi, located in Madison, Mississippi, and online at menshealthms.com. Guys, get your numbers checked today. Trust me, she'll thank you for it. I promise. menshealthms.com. Men's Health of Mississippi.
If you don't see the rock, you better keep on rolling.
Ken here with Rapid Oil Change. Do you drive a vehicle under a fleet program? Let Rapid Oil Change help. We specialize in local and national maintenance programs. With parts in stock for most makes and models, our goal is to minimize fleet downtime. Contact us at 601-919-8474.
Rapid Oil Change, where you should be going. If you don't see the rock, you better keep on rolling.
Your roof is constantly exposed to the elements, battling dirt, algae, and stains. But with Watkins Construction and Roofing Roof Wash Service, you can keep it looking like new. A proprietary rooficide treatment is EPA approved, safe, and guaranteed to prevent algae from coming back for at least 2 years. No harsh chemicals, no damage, no black streaks. Just a clean, beautiful roof that lasts. Call Watkins Construction and Roofing at 601-966-8233 or visit nomoreroofstains.com today.
Craving something extraordinary in Jackson? Manship Restaurant is where your taste buds hit the jackpot. Join us for happy hour every day from 3 to 6 p.m. where your wallet will thank you and your stomach will sing. Indulge in half-price wood-fired pizzas because why pay full price for half the fun? And for just $5, dive into our private barrel bourbon picks. That's right, luxury on a budget. Plus, beat the heat with our frozen drink special, a tropical escape without the travel expenses. Make your way to the Manship where happy hour isn't just a time, it's an experience.
You had an accident. Now you're hearing aftermarket parts, insurance company preferred, and a lot of other noise that serves to confuse you. Call Clinton Body Shop. We'll keep it simple. We are certified by 19 vehicle makers to assure you get a proper repair. We care about your investment and your safety. Call the shop who only wants one partner in the repair process, and that's you, the owner. In Clinton and in Richland, we work for you. We take pride in perfection.
Hello, I'm Rodney DePriest, a candidate for mayor of Jackson. We all know Jackson has big challenges, but its opportunities are even bigger. Serving 2 terms in municipal government showed me what's possible when leadership puts people first. Owning and operating successful businesses taught me how to stretch every dollar, manage resources, and deliver real results. Working with young people reminds me every day, Jackson's future is worth fighting for. But here's the truth. City Hall alone can't fix Jackson. It takes a team. Churches, service groups, businesses, neighborhoods, all pulling together. Let's build safer neighborhoods, create better job opportunities, stabilize infrastructure, eliminate blight, and make Jackson a city where families want to stay and grow. This campaign is about real solutions, real teamwork, and real results. Let's build a better Jackson because we are better together. Please vote Rodney DePriest for mayor on June 3rd. Paid for by Friends of Rodney DePriest.
Welcome back to the Chip Matthews Show, and here is your host, Chip Matthews.
Welcome back to the Chip Matthews Show here on WYAB. 6:54 in the morning as you're getting up and moving around. Remember, coming up at 7:07, the one and the only, the Clay Edwards Show. And then today also, I think it's the debut of the Andrew Gasser Show. I don't know what he calls his show, but it's part of the Good Fight, as Jameson Haygood is taking a retirement, I guess you could say, but he'll be back. He just doesn't know it yet. He'll be back, and he'll still be doing some things on his podcast and online platforms. So y'all keep up with that. And then of course Kim Wade will be on this afternoon at 4, and then at lunch today it's Sean and Lindsay. Okay, y'all. 2 Cantons. I started out doing the campaign thinking about how well I can rebuild the square and start to clean up the city and address the flooding and all that, all the things that need to be addressed, and openly let the people know what is going on with transparency, that it's going to happen is part of my campaign, major part of my campaign. But after a visit to the mega site, y'all, 2 Cantons are about to collide. Old Canton and New Canton. And it's going to be completely different. Good morning, Jace Powell. Let's do it. That's right. Oh, and by the way, last night I saw Wes Shivers out at the restaurant at Acme Pizza. That was great to see him. Yes, sir. All he gets is bigger. But anyway, those are 2 edge people, y'all. But as you look at these 2 worlds colliding, from Canton to Gluckstadt and all that part of Madison County, all the way over the floor and all that, that is about to explode at a level you will never, ever imagine. 10 years from now, Interstate Canton and the downtown Canton will look great. They will be full, and housing market is going to be booming. Y'all, and you don't understand, this is too big to fail. This is $10 billion. You've never seen that kind of money, you know, and you know, and this opportunity is so big that, you know, and I talked to people in Canton. They said, well, I was able to sell my house. You sold your house for pennies, people. You've been in your family for 40 years and you're going to sell your mama's house because you don't live in it. And then inside 2-3 years, you're going to be going, geez, that Chip told me not to sell. And you're always going to want to come back home. Your hometown, once your hometown looks like your hometown again, and you can walk the sidewalks and they're clean and they work and there's no flooding and dirt everywhere. Once you start cleaning up the town, holding people accountable that work for the city to actually do their jobs, once that occurs, you're going to want to live in Canton again. Got to hold people accountable. You got to be tough on crime. You got to get it back to being a safe city. That's the first thing, is safe. Second, clean. Third, well, actually, it can't be first, second, third. They all got to be first, because it's got to be clean, it's got to be safe, and it's got to stop flooding. And we got to get some businesses in town. And so we have got to work together to make that happen. So y'all get out and vote tomorrow. Vote for your leaders in all these cities. Vote whether you want liquor and pearl at the that would be liquor stores. Vote for if you want to put another penny on food in Ridgeland. It already got defeated once, but they're going to try it again. And they're hoping that nobody shows up to vote. That's what they're hoping, that nobody shows up to vote and they can slide their penny through. But that's the tricky side of politics and government. We got to be on top of our game. We've got to get ready. Madison County. I mean, I believe West Jackson and out to 49 and Flora. That's fixing to be huge, y'all. You can't imagine how big it's going to be. And I don't know how to stop talking about it. Ever since I went out there and looked at it, I was just like, holy cow. Holy cow. You could sit out here with bottled water selling it for $1 and make $1 million. Well, not $1 million. You probably could make $4,000 or $5,000 a day. Quick. Easily. Because the trucks are just coming in and coming in. The Clay Edwards Show is next. I'll see y'all tomorrow morning, bright and early, 6 a.m.